Welcome to my allotment, plot 3, North Warwickshire. The flowers are now on the Jerusalem artichokes, and some of the bees are really enjoying the flowers, and they seem to spend a long time on each flower. Normally they're darting here, there and everywhere, so they must be really good for them. The leeks, unfortunately, still having problems with them going to seed, but I'm not going to uncover them. It's not worth it, not today. But we've still got some good ones in there. The sunflowers, the evening sun, have done really well. Again, attracting all those flying insects that we need as pollinators. Got some really lovely flowers on them. I'll just turn it round into the sunshine, and again, there we have them. Don't seem bothered at all. The potato in the bucket of stones, we're doing a reveal on that soon. Not expecting anything at all, because it was a mistake. It was just what I thought was a stone, throwing a stone into a bucket, but then it grew. Really pleased with the outdoor tomatoes that survived. Coming on really well now. Moving on to the fruit cage. That is supposed to be the path. Just absolutely covered in fruit and growth. But I am going to be looking forward to picking the blueberries. Some of them are ready, so it won't be long. But I've certainly got to sort something out with this, because it's getting a little bit hectic in the fruit cage. Lovely fruit though. Definitely going to have to make some decisions of what to do. But we've got all winter to think about that. Well, we're in the onion cage now, and I'm waist deep in swede leaves and everything that's growing in the buckets. Radish, carrots. It'll be interesting to see how the carrots keep over the winter. I've even got a gourd growing in here. Surprising how those seeds. That's a new lot of radish I've just bought in from out to the grow house. And you've already seen my carrots on the previous video. This is working really well for me. But good use of the space after we've harvested the onions. We're into the legumes now. The French cobra climbing beans. Now, I always said I was going to have 2 rows of these instead of 2 rows of the runner beans, but I'm just, like everyone else, just blown away with the amount of beans. Just absolutely everywhere. So I'll be definitely recommending the cobra. Onto the peas. These are fed, all meat legumes are fed on wormery tea, neat. And these are now ready to pick, or slightly over. but these are all catching up. It's nearly pulling me bean frame over. Again, with me trying to get 4 beans the same length, I let some of them go to seed. Well, they went to seed, you know how quickly they can go. So I've picked all the ones off now that were going to seed, and some of the bigger ones. So that the rest can grow. This row was set in the gutter, and this row set in the ground. The ones that were directly sowed into the ground are a lot better, but they were protected from the mice, and we use coffee grounds to protect them from the flea beetle. Into the Brassica cage. The ones I have pulled out haven't had any club root on. Got some new plants to go in here. And I told you fibs when I said I was going to pull those volunteers out of the beans. This was obviously the bean bed last year, and as you can see, because we leave the roots in the ground, they do grow. But there are some really nice cabbages in here, and I've used hydrated lime, coffee grounds, and absolutely loads of nettle tea to achieve this crop this year. Onto the roots. I've done all my pickling, so these will be giveaways to my yoga teacher and anyone else that needs any. You've seen my parsnip once this week, you're not seeing it again. More Swedes, they were the surplus parsnips, so there's a row of each, and again more Swedes, and they're looking so much better this year. Managed to catch where the green fly settle in the top with the rhubarb leaf tea insecticide, and it seems to have done the trick this time. They haven't been stunted and they've done really well. So this is the celery out in the root bed. Not so happy with that compared to what's growing in the compost bin. So much better. Not hollow. Tastes how celery should do, not just bland. Who can tell the difference? I know where I'll be putting it next year again. Well, I said I was going to make some changes to the pond, and here it is. Not exactly a skip find, but it was at the front of somebody's house, and I had to be cheeky and ask the gentleman. He was asking £40, but he was just about to cut it up and take it to the tip. So 100 quid's worth of fiberglass pond there, no doubt. Some other finds while we're here. Got 3 more dustbins. Insert to a bin, and 2 more buckets. So at least this time I'll have a dustbin for the nettle tea and comfrey instead of me just waiting for one or the other. And just while we're here, I've had to cover these potatoes up because the birds have been scratching the potatoes out to get to the bugs. Fair play to them. Oh, and there's some more of the compost that I find on the side of the road that unscrupulous people leave behind because they don't want that bit. It's a bit hard to light apparently. So changes to come. The comfrey's done really well. I've had 4 lots off it, and I've also took the leaves off and put them around the tomatoes in the polytunnel just flat as a mulch and a feed. I'm sorry guys, but I've had to buy 2 lettuce because the successional growing didn't quite work out. Never mind. The chard, we're quite enjoying that. It's going to seed. I'll cut it down, keep picking it really small. Any big leaves like this one I'll cut off, and we'll have the smaller ones that are down the bottom. Not happy with the mint, so that's going. Just while we're here, this is the comfrey. Just waiting for the last dregs to drop into the main bin, then I can get that canned up. I've done another 12 runners. With the ones that I'll give away, that should get me up to about 40 or 50. Ideal. My worms are hungry. And we need more banana tea. I've been after some straw. I paid for one of those small bales last year, and luckily enough for me, a farmer lost one of his bales off his trailer. They had to split it to get it off the road, so I helped myself to 5 bags. Thank you. These are the stalks off the comfrey. So I'm just getting the last bit out. Don't like to waste any, but that's real good stuff. Finish the tomatoes off nicely. So into the polytunnel. The chard hasn't gone to seed yet. Cabbages are looking exceptional. I've had 1 courgette, zucchini. They keep rotting off on me, and unfortunately we've got blight in the polytunnel. I've had to cut a good 100mm section out of that, and then obviously I was worried that this was going to drop down, so I had to tie this up. But now I've got to have my eagle eyes because I'd hate to lose what I've got now. Yeah, that's a nice looking cucumber. These are the cabbage plants, but you can see they've been stuck in the bucket, and these are the ones that are out. I've cut the lower leaves off because any slugs that do get beyond my coffee grounds don't make it easy for them to crawl up onto the leaves, guys. Just cut the bottom leaves off that are touching the ground. Grapevine. We might even be able to see the grapes today. Right down there in the middle. They'll be coming off soon. They're a little bit not quite right, but I want to take them off and let the growth concentrate. these are lovely. And I believe, sorry about this guys, if I can get in there. Oops, oh dear, it looks like my plants fell over. But there, in the middle of the screen, is my first sweet pepper that I've ever grown. Need to sort that out and get that back up on its feet. Loads of cucumbers, but with them climbing up the polytunnel roof they just hang out and you don't normally miss them. We had a rogue butterfly in here, 15.5 caterpillars. You see there, we've got this much growth very quickly, but I had to take those leaves off and just leave one or two that have been nibbled, but I did find them all, and I haven't had any other problems. This is why you just do really need to be quite vigilant. This area is opening up now as I harvest the red cabbage. What do you do with your red cabbage, guys? We had some for dinner. I've pickled one lot, but I don't want to do too much. I planted loads because I don't normally do very well with my brassicas. So, how can I enjoy the red cabbage? Salads maybe? I'm sure you'll help me out. Just a couple of shout outs for a couple of guys. Mick Watson, I know you're out of hospital, mate, and your operation went well, but please take your time. But do pop and visit his channel. And also Bobby Organics. He's reasonably new. His videos are getting better. Pop across and have a look. But he is trying to do everything organically, like we all try. So pop across. If you like what you see, subscribe. If not, just press the like button. Happy gardening, everyone, on this wonderful bank holiday Monday in August. Take care, my friends. Till next time.